I would always advocate and promote Siddhasana, which is what I'm doing now. I've got my foot drawn in very deeply towards my yoga block, and my other bare foot is sitting in front of that lovely open groin. So do adopt Siddhasana if that feels good for you, or of course a Sukhasana, a cross-leg position. And let your thighs open out, having the body sitting a little bit higher, you know, on the rolled blanket, on the yoga block, on the yoga brick, or even on a bolster is really helpful for us, because in the morning time, this zone here can be a little bit stiff. Open knees are fine to be deeply folded. Then you'll find that the shins are resting down on the earth. And what you're seeking at this moment is a lovely sense of balance. So rock forward a little bit, rock back a little bit, ease yourself into a circle, come side to side, and then recenter your spine so that the shoulders are sitting well above the hips, palms on your thighs or behind you. And let yourself feel for a moment your body, your mind, your whole self arriving here now. Let the crown of the head be spacious. Let the back of the neck soften, front of the throat soften, a releasing of the shoulders and the collarbones. And I would suggest just a mild releasing of the belly. So we do want our postural muscles to support the seat, but please do not create that bracing and that kind of navel to spine that we often think about when we're promoting core activity in our Pilates class. So let the shoulders soften and let your eyes relax, possibly close the eyes. And then let's promote some 3-part breathing just to begin this yoga today. So invite the breath into the lower pelvic floor region and belly first. Inflate the belly. Let that swell rise into your heart center and chest. And then it kind of comes all the way up to the upper rib cage, but we don't want to lift the shoulders. So let that breath swell from the base, coming all the way up to heart, chest, and then around the ribs and into the back body. Take a pause on the top of that in-breath and then release the vessel. So let the breath sigh away. And you can let that breath trickle away down to Mother Earth, or you can sigh out of the mouth. And let that happen a couple of times more. If you're sighing the breath through the mouth, let your palate, the upper and lower, really open out like a soft H-A-H or H-A-R sound. So inhaling, lower, middle, upper, front, sides and back body. So get that feeling of a 3-dimensional opening. Expanding in all directions, little pause, and then if you're sighing, hear that lovely soft sound. Have gentle observation of the length and quality of your in-breath versus the length and quality of the out-breath. We know that as we prolong the exhalation, it does help calm the system. And the alternative breath technique here is known as Samovriti pranayama, and what you are aiming to find is an equal breath out in length, quality and shape, equaling the breath in. So we have you know, perhaps a 5-second inhalation and a 5-second exhalation, or we might have something like breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 8. So just kind of note your rhythm here over the next couple of breath cycles. Remember that you're allowing yoga conscious breathing, shaping the breath to an equal rhythm, or encouraging double the length of exhale to inhale, and then letting that be your last one here with eyes soft or closed. And at the end of that one, bring the palms gently to the heart center, open the eyes or bow the head. And release, and then cross legs the other way if you were cross-legged. Resit well, observing good posture, and release into side bend. So take the right hand palm to the floor a little bit behind you, take the left hand on the hip and just tip to the side. And as you tip to the side, be rooted through that opposite hip. Draw the head into good alignment, maybe soften the right elbow, and then gradually as this left rib cage opens, extend the left palm up and away. Maybe adjust your pose, and then of course depending on the range of motion in that left arm shoulder, reach the arm further overhead or even bend the elbow. So extending out through the fingers. Let's gaze up towards the sky, opening the eyes, really seeing what you're seeing in the whole landscape of your room that you're practicing in, and then release back, coming to center, absorb that side. Right hand on the hip, taking the left hand out to the left, letting the spine side bend. Breathing, finding breath, spread the right arm away, breathe again, look up to that thumb if you wish, and then maybe that arm on the right sails up a little more, maybe it reaches overhead, over the ear. Soften the mouth, the cheeks, the chin and the forehead. So note when you look up, you know, that doesn't have to be an invitation to create tension in your face. Just really softly gazing up, opening through the breath. Let the breath open those side ribs, and then press that earth away, and use those internal postural muscles to bring you back. And release, and roll out the shoulders quite fast. And as you do so, begin to come out of that seat. I mean, you can retain your block and sit on the edge of your block if necessary at all times. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit on the blanket now. Take the legs forward and shake out the legs into Dandasana and flex and point the feet and circle the feet. Let's get some energy into those feet, toes and ankles. And in Dandasana, the staff pose, draw the flesh of the buttocks away from those sit bones and really be planted on those sit bones. And of course, bend knees if you prefer. I'm going to go into a little bit of the energy block release sequence. First one is a pose called Noka Sanchalasana, and it's rowing the boat. So you can use some of that core energy if you wish, but let's take those arms forward and reach forward. And then I like to exhale and row back, bringing the elbows beside the chest. Inhale, reach. And you are exhaling and coming back. And then the other option, of course, is to start speeding up. And as you exhale, kind of lean back a little bit and pull through that belly. And then we'll go for like 10 or a dozen. Exhaling through the mouth if you wish, again, to hear the inner vibrational sound, or just breathing in and out through the nose. So really getting quite vibrant through the arms. We're warming up the circulatory system, maybe getting a bit of cardiovascular response. And if you're going into that very deep folded rowing, a bit like a sort of dynamic Paschimottanasana, then you might also want to bring the arms around the ears, point the toes, and feel that extra stretching of the hamstrings and of the back. And take the legs apart, and they can be mat wide, or they can slide much wider. Again, really depends on the your level of your practice and where you are today. And rotate towards that left leg, and we're going to row 5 times over the left. Reaching forward and or reaching upwards. You can also spread your fingers and palms, and 5 or 6 of these. I've lost count, to be honest. And then turn the other way. Remember, you can also bend your knees, and you can also be sitting on that block. And really notice what feels different on that second side. This might be, for me, this is a little bit more stiff. Notice that. 5 or 6, lengthening forward. And then come to center, interlace the fingers lightly, and churning the mill. Chaki Chalanasana. So you can sit upright and just move, of course, around your torso. Circling left, forward, and to the right. If you have a lot more freedom in your yoga practice and your groins are quite open, then you can lean in and go quite low. Remember to use the breath and speed up or slow down according to your energy and how you feel. And maybe after 5 or 6, we're going to go the other way. Coming around. Remember not to force anything. There can be a tendency in online yoga to sort of keep looking at the screen and sort of copying what the guidance is. But I really encourage you to come into your own self and continue a movement and or use your wisdom to moderate it as you know best. So finishing your churning or stirring the mill, and then bring those legs back forward into your Dandasana. And if you want to encourage that tonality through the legs now, really flex out those feet and press the heels of your foot heels and the heels of your sit bones into the earth. And we're going to pull the rope. So reaching right arm up. You might want to look up, stretching there, lengthening, elongating, allow that length on the left. And then pull the ropes, pull, pull. So it's like it's a bit sort of going from side to side. And if that's kind of hurting the neck in any way or straining, then just bring the gaze forward, neutral neck, and then start to tug and pull, 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 and see if you can go faster. And maybe 4 more, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then sweep the legs around, staying in a kind of sense of warm up and releasing, coming onto all fours for Vyagharasana, the tyger. So roll the shoulders back. Let your face move softly upwards. If you are using the full practice, as the tailbone draws up and the sit bones widen, Kind of feel like you're widening the back of the skull as well. So draw the back of the skull back. Maybe soften the eyes or gaze to the nose tip. And just pause here and feel your muscles in your back contract. When you exhale, rounding the spine. So first of all, cat-cow. Sending the shoulders up, drawing in through the chest. So narrowing the chest, helping to spread out through those shoulders. And then scooping in at the pelvis. Coming into the inner thighs. Squeezing through those inner thighs, abdominal centers. Chin to chest if you wish. Pressing the tops of the feet down. Then let's go into Tiger, Vyagharasana. So as you find, of course, that back bend, curl your right hip and thigh out, as if the back of the foot is trying to touch the back of the skull. Spread the palms, inhale. And then as you exhale, rounding, knee towards face. Inhale, opening. And exhale, rounding, curling. And you may want to repeat that 3 or 5 or 6 times. And your pace might want to be a little faster. So choose what feels right for you. I have seen practitioners do this. Curl that leg out and then lengthen it. So that's also another version. And even create that little twist. So if you want to find that action, you can as well. But remember that as you curl in, you're really trying to press that earth away and use strong arms and shoulders. Inhale, exhale, let's take a little pelvic circle in the middle between the 2 sides. Circle shoulders, press the palms, and then curl the left thigh out. I would always start fairly slow, just trying to open out that hip. Try, please, not to collapse those arms. So lengthen up back skull to the back of the foot. Maybe lengthen the leg away. And then exhale, curl. And then, if you want to go faster, then, just come into your body. And hopefully, even just those few movements have let you feel a little more warmed up. And we're going into Malasana. So those of you that have tricky knees, do stand at this point and have an alternative, maybe wide angle legs or goddess. Otherwise, from your all fours, curl the toes, push the toe bases in, and lengthen buttocks towards the feet, and then lift into open pose of the legs, so Konasana. And at this point, I'm going to plant my feet down, take them a little more mat wide, and then release the buttocks. Elbows inside, widen the thighs, lift into the heart. Inhale deeply. Try to observe what's happening in your inner arches. They don't want to be lost. You want to really be in the outer edges of the feet, more than the inner arches. And as you lengthen the body, sometimes I see people really collapse in this pose. You come forward, and what you want to do is use those bones, maybe even make fists, and draw that chest open. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hands to earth, metal block, and fold. Send the toes forward. Folded pose, full Uttanasana, or a choice to come into the tabletop back, Ardha Uttanasana, and lift the chest higher. So you can stay here, breathing in, opening wide in the spine and chest, and exhale, fold. Or you can go back. I prefer this, going back into Malasana, spreading out, coming into the hands pressing, into that deep squat chair pose, breathing in, on the exhale, folding. Breathing in, Malasana, exhale, toes forward, Uttanasana. And some of us are using the other option. And then if you are happy to be deeply in this seat, now raise the arms. Breathe in, reach the side bodies long. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, arms up, and exhale, fold, and then ripple that spine up to stand. And come to the top of the practice mat. And if you don't need this blanket for the moment for your knees, then maybe release that out of the way. And let's bring the palms into the heart center. Take a breath in. Let the breath sigh away and appreciate your body being here now, spreading out the toes, just finding that lovely sense of center. Letting the facial muscles be relaxed. Inhale, big circle of the arms, lifting the chest, opening to your upper back arc. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms behind you and maybe hook those thumbs and roll the shoulders away, lifting the chest. Breathe in and out and stay here in mountain, or bend the knees and crown down folding. Inhale, exhale. Draw the shoulders into that midline. Lift the shoulders away from your ears. And then some of us, as I said, if we fold, will be rising up again. And then release the arms overhead. Inhale again. Exhale into the heart center. Drop down into your fold. Take the fingers beside those toes. And step the right foot back. And your left knee, of course, is above your left ankle. High lunge, draw shoulders back. And then release the right knee into Ashwasanchalasana, the low lunge. Actually release that right foot. And as you inhale, roll the shoulders away. And again, thumbs hook behind you or interlace. And find this really squeezing of the scapulae together to open out that chest and lower the pelvis a little more if you wish. Inhale, exhale here. And then fingertips to earth or block. And as you draw the buttock bones back, maybe keep your left foot lengthening forward into your half pyramid. Draw that chest forward. Try not to poke through the chin. Or you might want to lift your foot and even slide the heel further forward, sort of almost half splits. So notice what feels right for you. Please avoid collapse. So the good thing here would be if I had two bricks, just to support that uplift of the spine. So take a moment to find the practice that's appropriate for you in strength and length. And then bring the left hand on the inside of that left elongated leg. And as you sweep it back, I've got to adjust, sorry. Come onto the all fours maybe. And then again, reach that left leg up and back and extend. So we're going into hip extension, rolling that hip open, lengthening out. Take the right hand a little further forward. Sweep your right lower leg to the side. And then open out. Take a breath here and then reach the left toes into the left hand. Adjust as necessary and kneeling dancer pose. Open up that chest, roll that left shoulder back. Breathe and feel and then release. Child's pose. Inhale, exhale, down face dog. Pedal out your legs. Step your right foot forward and bring your left heel sort of in line with the right, approximately. So a side lunge pose. So I'm just lifting the left heel and really finding that inner arch. And in actual fact, for my body, if a line was cutting the right heel through the left inner arch, that would work quite well. And then rise up. And bring the right elbow, forearm onto that right thigh. Just create a little bit more space between those groins. Left hand on the hip, look up, and or look down. Side angle pose, Vyagharasana. Stay here or take the right hand behind the right heel and Utthita Vyagharasana. Remember not to lose that back foot. Breathe in, breathe out, sweep the hands forward. Pivot on that back foot. Step forward and rise out. Open and expand. Coming back to the center. Calm breathing. Inhale, open wide, lift chest, expand in all directions. Keep breathing, keep lifting, keep opening, and then take the hands behind you. Full interlace, hook thumbs the other way. Roll the shoulders back. Stay here, upright in your beautiful mountain, or folding, because some people really love to let the body rest on the thighs in this pose. And draw those shoulders back. And of course, some of you prefer to stand. Breathe and fold, or breathe and stand. Soften the face. Press through the feet. If we were down here, we're going to rise up again and salute the sun. And exhale, palms into the heart. Spreading your energy, good energy coming into the body through all of those layers. Inhale as you exhale. Fold forward, knees are soft, or Uttanasana. Left leg back, left knee down. Hug through your midline as you roll up and find those snaky pose arms again. These are the arms that we use in the pose of Sapasana. Lift your chest a little higher, draw back, arrange well. Note this right foot, it really wants to spread, and you want to have a good connect into that foot as you find Ashwasanchalasana. Breathe and squeeze, and then fingers to earth or block. Send your hips back enough. First of all, can you keep your right foot glued to the mat? Just notice this elongation through the front line of the fascia there. And you may want to fold more and try that. This feels quite interesting in the calf muscles as well. And even if you like a kind of lengthening of your ankle joint. And then if you want to pick up the foot and spread out those toes and really change the sensation, slide the heel a little further forward if you can. And notice the body is coming a little more upright. But some will, some of you will definitely want to draw that heart forward and just align the neck. Exhaling to feel the sensitivity in your body, to intensify your sensations or to back off a little bit. Breathe and feel, connect. And bring the hands on the inside of that right leg. Sweep back. Readjust. Knees on a padded blanket maybe. Extend the right leg up and spiral out. Now as you press the earth away, I would move that lower leg because it's like a little kickstand. Move the left hand, half a hand forward, and rotate the chest open. So first of all, we've got a kneeling kind of side plank here. You can take the arm differently. Then reach for the toes of the back foot. Find the bow of dancer. And as you press your foot into your hand, space coming through the breath and the body as you sustain that position for a little while longer maybe, yeah? Good. Breathe. Release to child's pose. Little nozzle, lengthening out, forehead touches. Rise into your down face dog. Spread out. And roll the shoulders back. And a crouching dog is really good for that sort of continuing to open that upper back. So crouching dog or bent knee dog, maybe a little bit of pedaling. Going into those longer leg positions with the heels and feet lengthening, opening hamstrings. Left foot forward, take the right heel in. So coming to that long line of your yoga mat, bending into that left knee. So while you're grounded, explore the spaces between the left heel and the right inner arch. And then as you come up, do make further adjustments. You might want to straighten legs and lift pelvis and then bend in. So the left forearm bone is resting to the thigh, but we don't really want to tip the chest forward. So please make sure that you revolve and place the right hand on the right ribs. I'm going to draw the right ribs around. The right heel is connected and the left toes are spreading. Please try not to claw into those left toes or right toes. Right arm can come over ear if necessary. And once again, try not to collapse. So use your bones to effect more space. The left hand can come behind the left foot or onto a yoga block. So, choose what feels appropriate for you. If you're moving into Utthita Parsvakonasana, some people bring the hand on the inside of the heel ankle and use the knee, thigh side to brace against the arm. A breath here. And of course, another option is to sweep the arm around your back waist. Find that sort of almost a half bind. So exploring that pose, pivot now, hands to the mat, rocking, step forward, momentary ragdoll, and then unravel to stand. Once you're standing, sweep the arms out again. Expand, circle, mountain. Take a moment to feel any lively energy here. Let's inhale, exhale, and in standing and using a wall if you need to, root through the legs well, and then transfer weight a little bit into this right leg. And you may almost want to sit a little, just to become more grounded. Slide into holding your left foot with your left hand. And first of all, maybe just come back to a calm center. Like I said, if you have a wall, table or chair nearby, you might prefer to explore what happens, because sometimes when you're standing in this balance, the leg pulls out to the side, which can be an unfortunate situation for your back. Because what you're doing is you're sort of spreading out in ways that might not be helpful, especially around the sacroiliac joints. So centering, and then maybe as you reach that palm forward or down as if the wall is here, spread the foot into the palm and just tipping enough. And then Gyan Mudra in that right hand. So opening to your version of Natarajasana, the dancer, and just staying for as long as you can feel calm and appreciative of yourself. I've often said to you that when you dance with your dancer, it's fine, it's perfectly fine. If you're still wanting to practice more of the physical action in the pose, then I would definitely face the wall or table. And as you cradle that foot from the outer arch or spiral the hand to the inside arch, notice this pressing into the palm, creating that lovely bow shape. You can even bend your left knee and find quite a powerful expression of the pose, and then take the hand away from the wall. So there's many ways for us to dance with our dancer. Please be able to embrace your breath in that pose. Lovely, well done, well done. Releasing now, standing in mountain. I'm going to take the right arm overhead and hold the right wrist with the left, grounded through those feet in a narrow stance and coming into crescent moon. Just reaching over to that side, breathing as you come back, take the other wrist, lengthen out, crescent moon, really create that space. And you can come to sit now onto mat any way you'd like to, or reach up in the midline now, taking both palms as if you're holding a gift overhead. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding in your ragdoll, or of course, Uttanasana. If you're ragdolling, hold on to the elbow points, shake out the head. And if you're finding Uttanasana, hands under feet or holding the ankles, draw the body in as close as you can. And breathe, breathe really well. As you come to sit, socks on, long sleeves, have your blanket nearby. And then ease your body to mat. Come into a lying happy baby first. So take hold of inner or outer feet and just rock here for a moment. And if you have a mind to do this, personally I also quite like to spread the legs wide. So just coming into a wide angle pose. Sort of as a counter to the linear moves in the standing upward salute and the folding. So rocking into happy baby or coming out wide. Spacing out the base, having a little finishing opening, and then bring the knees down, bring the feet down, feet and mat wide, arms open, and roll left and right. And as you roll left and right, you'll feel this space coming across the hip and thigh. If you prefer, you also roll your head, of course in the opposite direction or in the same direction. More importantly, let yourself ground, connect to Mother Earth, be grounded, be rooted. Come to supine semi now, or choose full shavasana with the legs out. Personally, for me, semi-supine is always a really lovely way of just having that neutral, natural spine and sort of spreading out the shoulders. And I'd love you to just bring the palms onto the belly and maybe even drop the knees so the knees touch into the midline and literally soften that waist. Sigh out the breath. Bring your awareness to your whole body lying here now and close your eyes. There's nothing to see anymore. So let eyes close or soften. Let yourself rest comfortably here. And just begin to feel the flow of breath in and out through your nose. And notice your body moving. So do we have this essence of soft vibrational energy in the belly? Have you noticed any rise and fall? Can you soften your abdominal muscles more and rest your mind here? We know that this subtle breath movement can be felt as a relaxed inflation followed by relaxed deflation, or commonly a rise and fall on the in and out breath. And so let's encourage the belly to swell and also encourage the mind to experience the focus on the breathing. Letting the rib cages now open to the sides. And please allow your breath to become deep and smooth and without pausing, so that you just start to appreciate that the more you drop to earth and rest, that the breath becomes wave-like. It's this stream of flowing energy through you. When we are experiencing any stress or heightened levels of stress, let's say, because good stress is good. So when we're experiencing, if we like, heightened stressful time, breath can become ragged or uneven or shallower. And the breath cycles are really wanting to return and resume to a healthy pattern. Now feel the backs of your eyes and the skin soften on your forehead. Release any breathing effort and just drift into the rhythm a little more. As you drift into the rhythm, your body also relaxes more, so does the mind. And as you experience any other parts of you letting go, then embrace that experience. Acknowledge and enjoy the sense of being here now. And now, gently, mindfully, perhaps fold each thigh into the chest or return to some rocking and rolling and twisting motions with the feet down. So semi-supine or Apanasana, the folded pose. Massaging your back, maybe a pelvic circle. Keep the arms, dropping in that low V, just grounded arms. Perhaps move very casually or slowly. And then make your way back to sitting. Arrange your seat intentionally. Allow a soft inhalation. And as you exhale, rotate to the left. Take the arms around the seat. Look over that left shoulder. Breathing in, spiral back. Exhale, turn right. Those shoulders as you come to center. And let's salute the sun and greet the day ahead with new energy. Looking up as you breathe in. Exhaling, bring the palms into your heart. And thank yourself for being here today.